Hello you guys, welcome back to my channel. In this little series we basically do personal finance case studies. I pick a few of my faves out there and kind of just look at their journey and how they have made their money, and really just look into like different income streams that they have. And this video is a little bit different, a little bit special, because I'm actually looking at two people who went to Oxbridge. If you don't know, Oxbridge stands for Oxford and Cambridge, and those are the two most highly ranked universities in the UK. And I'm looking at two people who went to those universities, but soon after graduating, built multi-million pound businesses. And we basically use these case studies to kind of give us side hustle and business ideas. Last video I did about this, you guys mentioned that I didn't show any of the products that I use. Guys, I am really not a beauty, makeup, fashion type of girl at all. Some of these products I've had for years, but in this video, I will try my best. Let's get into it. So the first person I want to start with today is Grace Beverly. So when I actually came across her, she was known as Grace Fit UK. So I use, I don't know what this is, whatever foundation this is. It's a drugstore one, maybe Maybelline or L'Oreal. This is like my darker foundation, as I'm still a little bit tanned, and then I use Huda Beauty. So when I came across her, it was on Snapchat, and I want to say it was like my A-level period. It was interesting to come across her because she was like this fitness babe, very disciplined in the gym, grew a really nice bum, but then also she was a student at Oxford. And back in those days, which makes it sound so long ago, but any insight into anything actually was quite useful. Like, that's one thing that YouTube and social media has really allowed to happen, is now you can get insight into so much. If you want to be an engineer, you can just type in day in the life of an engineer and then you can figure that out. At that time, she was at Oxford, and obviously being at an institution that is a lot of people see as inaccessible to them, there is an extra level of intrigue. And then she had this fitness thing going on, and then she was also studying music. And I feel like that kind of really made a lot of people interested in her. I might have also been interested in her because she took a gap year. So she didn't get into Oxford her first time round. And so she took a gap year to reapply. And in her gap year, she worked at IBM, which is a really, really big corporate. And I was really looking on my gap year to get like a professional job rather than just like a retail job. So I took a lot of interest in her because of that. But I didn't follow her as closely. Fast forward till now, when I really started to like pick up on her journey again, is when I was on LinkedIn, probably like whilst at uni. She was on every single publication, like every single publication. She founded two multi-million pound businesses. One is called Shreddy, which is like a fitness app. It's also in Superdrugs, which is like a makeup drugstore in the UK. She has her products in Superdrug. So it's like a fitness app, equipment, and some like pre-workout stuff. She also has a gym wear line called Tala, and I am actually wearing Tala today. I believe last year she was also on Forbes 30 under 30s. Either last year or the year before, she was Forbes 30 under 30. Also currently an author. Her book is called, I think it's Working Hard, Hardly Working? Yeah. NYX. I don't know what this is. It's gone. All my makeup is just, I just pick up whatever's in the shop and looks like it will be a colour match. Those two multi-million pound businesses that she has, Shreddy and Tala, she founded those while she was studying at uni. Also, she is a homeowner, has a property in London, a beautiful, beautiful Victorian home. I actually even follow it on Instagram, that she bought. Buying a house in London? Straight out of uni, I'm gonna guess that it's definitely sat upwards of like £500,000, and depending on what location it is, it can most definitely be like £1 million plus, and it is beautiful, so stunning. I think she did renovate it, because that's what the Instagram page was about, and you could kind of follow that process. Something that's really fascinating about her, that's quite different to a few of the people that I have mentioned, that I have covered, is the business that she has built. Both of them, Tala and Shreddy, they have the capability to be like businesses that could, not that IPO is always the goal, right? Some people actually want to retain ownership over their company, but they have the ability to go public, grow to really, really, really big companies that like external investors would be interested in. Have like a lifestyle type business, like a business that's revolving around your personal brand. Like for example, like the membership club. If you haven't watched the last video I did on this, go and watch it. Those are my top 3 faves. Like, a lot of the business that I spoke about, I would classify as like lifestyle brands or personal brand related brands, as opposed to like a venture type business. Having a personal brand and being able to grow off of like just being you and your knowledge is absolutely amazing, but the capabilities when you have a venture growth type of business is so much more. From what I've seen, when you do have like a brand that's kind of revolved around yourself, except for the 1 or 2 like occasional people, I would say that you kind of see a limit of around like 10 million pounds in how much they earn. But when you have like a venture size business, just think Gymshark with Ben Francis, that has the ability to be worth hundreds of millions of pounds. You build a business based around your personal brand, the moment you exit, it kind of dies with you. Let's actually get into her income streams. But before we get into that, this video is actually sponsored
by Xyro, which is a website builder where you can create websites and online stores for your business or your brand or your side hustles. And the best thing about Xyro is that it's super affordable and you don't need to know how to code or have any web design skills whatsoever to be able to create your site. There are literally hundreds of templates for you to choose from, and they have features that make it super easy to use and to like change things around on the website. I personally used it when I was creating a landing page for my digital life planner. I literally just took one of the templates and just replaced it with my own stuff. They currently have a New Year's deal available for a limited period of time, so use my code LAMIDE to get an exclusive discount and a custom domain and 4 months free with any yearly plan. The link will be in my description box.
Grace's income streams, the trajectory that it follows is very similar to the other people that I've covered, where she was building an audience. I don't know if it was intentional or not, but she was building an audience through just, showing her fitness journey and her workout, and just showing her life, as a university student. And what happens when you build an audience and you're just being yourself? They will always directly or indirectly tell you what they want from you, and that will always be an indicator of the things that you can produce to serve that audience. So with her obviously showing her fitness journey and stuff like that, people started to ask her, as you would expect, what is your workout routine? What do you eat? She started off doing it, and then they got to a point where she didn't receive her student loan and she really needed to make money. And so she really took that whole creating a digital product to tell people, like, I don't know, workouts they can do and like meal plans that they can have. She really took that seriously. So again, she started off with digital products. And I think that this is a trend that we always kind of see in these stories, that it's often quite easy as well, especially when you have a lot of time constraint, to start with digital products, because you produce them once and you sell them over and over and over again. I remember she started selling like booty bands, that you would use to work out, and that eventually evolved into Shreddy. So both of her businesses, Tala and Shreddy, she founded while she was still at university, and she was saying that like she was launching like almost simultaneously with her doing her final year exam. And so when she graduated, she launched Tala, and I believe she made about 6 million in her first year. One thing I really found interesting is she was saying that like one of the reasons why she was kind of doing it alongside university was because she realized that if it didn't take off by the time she had graduated, then she's probably gonna have to get a traditional job, which she didn't want to do. And one of the businesses in 1 year, 6.2 million, and I think this was in 2019. So only God knows what it's doing now. Really started building that personal brand from like when she was in A-levels, all around fitness and health. So yeah, the business might have done that in 1 year, but that's the compound effect of her being consistent. I haven't seen many people do what she has done in terms of actually like straight out of uni, creating a business that's like a venture type business. I know I keep going on about this, but it's so unique because the potential for growth that it has is like, it's absolutely ridiculous. And yes, it was started by her personal brand, and I'm pretty sure her personal brand is still a huge marketing factor for it. But like in time to come, with the way that the brand is going, I doubt she'll actually need her personal brand to actually sustain growth, continue. And uni still wasn't a waste of time, even though what she's doing has nothing to do with her degree. The fact that she was able to exploit, maybe not intentionally, but exploit the fact that, you know, you're at uni, even just taking advantage of that time that you have to build something and just really exploiting those 3 years to leave on the other hand and never have to get a corporate job again. I feel like it's just so good. And the next person I wanted to talk about is one of my faves. If you've been following me for ages, there's no way you don't know him. I was even hesitant in actually covering him because I was like, I'm sure most people know who this guy is. I think he's still an interesting case study, and I just love what I'm seeing at the moment with just people just doing unconventional things. Like, the internet really just brings us so many opportunities to just do whatever the heck we want, and to just see people just doing it and killing it, I love it. So Ali I came across, I think in like my second year of university, or maybe even the end of first year, when I was like, oh, okay, time to revise for exams. Let me look on YouTube to try and find, like, you know, some good revision tips. And I saw he had a few study videos on like active recall, which was a methodology that I actually used all the way into my third year of uni. But then he also like had this video that also went viral. 2 videos that went viral. One which was how I ranked first at Cambridge, which was in relation to an exam that he took where he ranked first. And then the other one that went viral, which I think is so funny, was how my friend ranked first at Cambridge. In hindsight, to go viral off of what your friend did. So I found him at this time, and I want to say maybe he had around 50k subscribers. And then today he has like, I think the last time he had was like 2.4 or 2.5 million subscribers on YouTube in the space of, I don't know, 2 to 3 years. I recently watched his income video at the end of the year. He does like an income video where he shares he's the most open of all the people that I covered, where he shares his income streams. And I think last year he made, was it like $4.2 million? And then the year before that, he made like 1 point something dollars. So even in the space of a year, 2020 to 2021, he like 4x'd his revenues. He was a doctor, he's no longer a doctor, but I just think he's just such an interesting case study because, again, this is someone who graduated from Cambridge. He actually studied medicine at university and ends up becoming this multi-millionaire YouTuber. Has a book deal and is writing a book on productivity. He's also a podcaster. He has 2 podcasts. He has one with his brother, is like Not Overthinking. I listen to that sometimes, and then he has another one on his channel which is like Deep Dive with Ali Abdaal. That's also really good. I listen to those as well. He is 20, I think now he's about maybe like 27, 28. He's got like, I think he said last time he's got like 30 something full-time staff, office in London, recently moved to London. He's also a property investor as well. I recently watched a vlog actually when he went to go visit these new build, I think they're new build student accommodations that he has in maybe like Manchester or somewhere up north. Let's get into Ali's income streams, because this guy, like Ruby, has like 9, 10 income, just like, boy. Ali's entrepreneurial ventures actually started from when he was young. He was one of those people, like, you know, those people that you're just a bit like, oh, but shit. Yeah, you built different kind of thing. He started his first venture. I remember he was saying that like when he was like 13 and stuff, he had like basically web development clients where he was doing their websites for them at 13. To be fair, I started my first business when I think I was 14 or 15, but still at 13, and web development and coding. And his first real venture that took off, which was his first 6-figure business, was again, because he went into, and this is how you leverage your university and whatever you have going for you, because he obviously got into medicine at Cambridge. Getting into medicine in the UK is a big deal. Getting into medicine anyway is a big deal. Like, so and kind of leveraged that. Him and a few of his friends started this like online software company, you can say, to help students prepare for the medical exam that they would need to get into university and to kind of do well. I know it was at least figures, I'm gonna say, to buy the course. That was his first 6-figure business that he was sharing with some of his other mates. You will hear from when he speaks a lot that teaching is something that he really enjoys doing, so that kind of brought him to the teaching side of YouTube. And then eventually he moved into Skillshare as well, and he secured a big bag here because last year he reported that he made like 700k. You guys, he's got a few classes on there. I recently started doing one which was like, or was covering one which is like how to start a successful side hustle. I was just intrigued. I was like, let me use my Skillshare membership for something. But I know he teaches on exams on there as well. He's got like 10 or a few classes. He is one of like the best rated teachers on there. And 700k he got from that, plus the affiliate links that you would get. See, another one of his income streams as well, which it's not, obviously it's not the money maker. Like in the UK, we had like, one of the things people say, oh, we have like a good healthcare system in comparison to the US and whatever, because it is government owned. But then the flip side of that is doctors in the UK don't make very much money at all. Like even people say, oh, when you become a consultant, even then I don't feel like that is enough. Like I don't think it's a reflection of how much work you have to put in to be a doctor. But I would say that was a big reason why a lot of people were interested in him, because he had this booming YouTube career and he was still a doctor, and there was that fascination between, okay, maybe he's not making money from the doctor thing, but he still has this really respectable job, and then he has all of this stuff going on at the side. Eventually, like, he kind of had a slow exit out of medicine. What really turned the needle for him was when he started a business. As usual, that is the trend that we are seeing here. Like, you got to start something. Even if you make a killing from just teaching online, it's just not comparable to having a business that you own and you're not getting paid through other people's sponsorship of your content, or you're not getting paid through, you know, YouTube AdSense. Like, being able to take full ownership almost of the revenue that you make and of the audience that you build is where the real bag is. Rimmel London, guys, trust me, you don't want me to tell you the products of stuff because I don't even know what they are. For my lip liner, I'm literally just gonna use brown eyeshadow because the lip liner that I have is just not, this makeup thing is just not for me, babes. The Part-Time YouTuber Academy is essentially where he just teaches people how you can become a YouTube success, I guess, while still having a full-time job. And I know some people who have taken it and they've said that so far it's been really, really good. And he did multiple cohorts, and from each cohort he was making hundreds of thousands. I think it's like around a couple hundred to actually join. This income stream is also really interesting because you can really charge a lot here, because it's almost kind of like coaching. Because with digital products, there's always like there's a limit on how much you can kind of put, because the more of the process that you own when you're teaching people stuff, the more you can like really affect the outcome of what they do, the more you can charge. So a digital product, there's a ceiling on how much you can charge, because at the end of the day, you're just writing a general script for everyone. When you're doing live sessions and people can ask you questions and that sort of stuff, there's definitely, you have a higher barrier to what you could, oh my God, this looks so bad. What? And also as well, and we saw this with Ruby, with the Forex thing, when you are helping people to make money, because YouTube is a source of income, you can charge. I'm gonna go with the Fenty pink one, what's it called, Fussy. It kind of doesn't look like that I did. For me, I just love how these people from, you know, Oxbridge or Oxford and Cambridge are actually using their degrees to do unconventional, it's not that unconventional, but I think for the stigma that's kind of placed on them, they're doing unconventional things, but they are succeeding. They're getting the success that most people who probably go to those institutions, not just Oxford and Cambridge, but any top university, that's the success that we want. And I just love it as well, because I'm sure, and even Ali speaks about this as well, when he was starting out with YouTube, there were people in his university that kind of used to mock him, like, you know, we're all here studying to be doctors and you're here picking up your camera saying, hey guys, like, and now he's a multi-millionaire. And it's not just about money. Like, it's not just about money in one sense, but on the other hand, it kind of is, because most of us go to work for money. Like, most people wouldn't do their job if they wasn't getting paid. Like, especially people who are always like, oh, it's not all about money, it's not all about money. And that's what, like, I personally want to do for myself. Eliminate the factor of like always having to grind and look for money, so that I can just do the things that I enjoy. And now he's like picked a business model where he is teaching he's teaching both on his Skillshare, on his YouTube channel, and with the business he has. He's doing what he says that he enjoys, and then he's making multi-millions from it. Also just love how the fact that they've been able to take advantage of who they are and what they do, and that traditional academic path to create their own path. But that is more than enough rambling from me. Let me know if you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.